This week on Worldwide Gaming, Damien reviews Strider, Vince's personal top 10 favourite games. I have a WG101 on Counter-Strike Go fun maps. And an interview on Dead Island 2 from Gamescom. Hello and welcome to Worldwide Gaming. I'm your host Ryan.
I'm Lysander.
I'm Vince.
And we have no time to play around. We've got to go straight to the forecast.
A new Metroidvania-style shooter, Source, is coming to PC soon. Not much has been released about this game yet, so we've given it a 0 until we know more about it. The next game by Guacamelee developers, Severed, is coming in 2015 for mobile platforms. The first-person gesture-based game is looking okay. We've given it a 1. Yoshi is back in the upcoming Wii U title, Yoshi's Woolly World. Releasing in 2015, we think it'll be a great game for the younger generation, so we've given it a 1.
The Ultimate Ninja returns. Back in 1989, the game was published under the name of Strider, available on pretty much any gaming platform at the time. 10 years later, and the game was reimagined for the original PlayStation. Now in 2014, Strider Hiryu and the Grandmaster have made their return in a gloriously full HD experience, which manages to remain recognisable to anyone who has played either of the previous games. Strider is set in a dystopian future, ruled by the mysterious dictator known as the Grand Master. You play as Hiryu, the youngest ever Super A-ranked member of an organisation of high-tech ninja-like agents known as the Striders. The overall aim of the game is to assassinate the Grand Master, but being a Metroidvania-style game, you quickly find out it's not going to be that simple. You'll need to hunt down new items to gain access to new areas, all the while building up to the final confrontation. Strider features a variety of weapons and abilities to see you through the game, from your stock standard sword to a crippling tiger ability that will tear your enemies in two. While the variety is nice, it quickly gets complicated when you get multiple items to use, and then further complicated when the game expects you to use these in combination. Later in the game I got to a point where I was required to use specific colours of energy, and I found myself fumbling around the controller trying to remember which direction on the D-pad changed to which colour, and then which button combinations did what, all the while trying not to get annihilated by an onslaught of enemies. Pulling off combinations can feel rewarding, but I sometimes felt the game was asking too much. The level design in Strider is immersive, with plenty of areas to explore. The designers seem to have a really intuitive grasp on whether to throw you into a wide open area or to really make you feel penned in and claustrophobic. One moment you'll be fighting the dictator's pawns alley to alley, and next you'll be running through an open area for a boss fight, or to break up the action with some exploration. The standard enemies don't have a lot of variety until later in the game, but that doesn't become much of an issue as they're really just there as ninja fodder. They're not hard to overcome individually, but packs of them will certainly slow you down. Ideally, I'd like to see more types of enemies rather than rehashed guards, but given the story it does make sense that it would be this way. The variety comes in the form of the boss battles. Some you'll find yourself breezing through, while others require you to learn patterns and can become quite tedious at times. But, with a little bit of patience and perseverance, you'll see yourself rewarded when you do overcome them. The game does include collectibles, but they don't really seem to be worth hunting down unless you're a completionist. Everything you need to beat the game tends to come from your natural progression. If the game rewarded you with more than artwork or soundtrack collectibles, it might have been a bit more enticing to uncover everything. In saying that, the game is covered in save and health regen points, so even if it was more important to go hunting for items or upgrades, you would probably never really feel the need, as there's no punishment for death aside from a bit of backtracking. Strider starts out basic on the control front, but as you progress through the game it becomes exceedingly more chaotic as abilities, skills and weapons get added in. I feel more effort should have been put into somehow streamlining the various combinations. At times it feels like a bit of a panic when you want to use certain abilities, and I found myself reverting back to the default set of weapons as they're just more accessible than the more exotic items. The reimagining of Strider has far exceeded my own expectations and undoubtedly has for many others. It's been rehashed and reused multiple times now for better or for worse, but they finally nailed a good combination of the previous versions and made a quite enjoyable Metroidvania style game. It's a game that will probably go under the radar of most people, so I'd recommend checking it out.
Hey guys, if you want to check out what the WG crew is doing, check out our Facebook. Also, on our YouTube channel, we have previous episodes, blooper reels, and extended cuts. Lastly, if you want to find it all in one place, check out our website. See you after the break.